Today we are going to discuss the types of chemical reactions based on order of reaction. Types of chemical reactions based on order of reaction. Types of reactions. Types of reactions based on order of reaction. Based on order of reaction. So order is given by which letter? N. Order is given by N. Letter N. Okay. So now here, based on order of reaction, we have different types of reactions like zero order reaction, first order reaction, second order reaction, sometimes fractional order reaction. So different types of reactions will be there based on order of reaction. Okay. So first we are discussing examples of zero order. In zero order, what is N value? N value 0. Zero order reaction. Suppose a number of reactant molecules are converted into products. If it is zero order reaction, suppose I am taking this one as zero order reaction, suppose, then what will be rate? Rate of zero order reaction. Rate of zero order reaction is equal to rate constant into concentration of A to the power of 0. The power of concentration term of A should be 0. Then only it is called zero order reaction. N value should be 0 here. Is that clear? So rate of zero order reaction is expressed as what? Rate is equal to K into A to the power of 0. This is called what now? Rate law expression. Rate law expression or rate law equation we can say. This is rate law equation. Now anything to the power of 0 is what? 1. Therefore, rate equals to K. Since concentration of A to the power of 0 is equal to 1. 1 means what now? Unity. 1 means what? Unity. Okay. So as the concentration of reactant to the power of N, that is concentration of reactant to the power of 0, that is equal to unity. Whenever concentration of reactant to the power of N is equal to unity, in that condition, rate of reaction is equal to rate constant of reaction. So for zero order reaction, the rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of reactant. The rate of reaction meaning what? Speed of reaction. At what speed the reaction is taking place is independent of concentration of reactant taken. Whether you take more concentration of reactant or less concentration of reactant, the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of reactant. That is the meaning. And also remember that for a zero order reaction, the rate of reaction is equal to rate constant of reaction, because the concentration of reactant to the power of N is equal to unity. Okay. So now in this case, now what? The rate constant of zero order reaction is equal to rate of reaction, is equal to rate constant is equal to rate of reaction, where the concentration of reactant to the power of N is equal to unity. So this is about zero order reaction. Okay. So what we are doing here? Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction is independent of what? Is independent of concentration of reactant. Concentration of reactant. Is that concept clear? So rate of reaction is equal to rate constant of reaction. So zero order reaction. Is that clear? It's about zero order reaction. Did you note down? Yeah, for this zero order reaction, one more thing what you have to consider, right? Suppose here a number of reactants, or you take first one reactant, one mole of reactant, is giving rise to product. Is that clear? So when time is 0 seconds, when time is 0 seconds, what is concentration of A here? Initial concentration of A we take. It is initial concentration of reactant. We also take small a. Small a indicates what? Initial concentration of reactant. A naught also same. Either A naught we can take or A we can take. In some books it will be taken capital R. R naught is the initial concentration of reactant. Small a we can take or A naught we can take. When time is 0 seconds. Is that clear? Initial any products will be there? No. When time is 0 seconds, there won't be any products. Next, when time is t seconds, when time is equal to t seconds, after t seconds time, the leftover concentration of A will be what? Concentration of A at the time t. Okay, concentration of A at time t. After t seconds time, whatever the concentration of A leftover is what? 80. A naught is what? Initial concentration. Now, which is greater than which one? Tell me. Which is greater than which one? Initially, more reactant will be there. After t seconds time, more reactant will be left over. Initial concentration is greater. Initial concentration is greater here. So, initial concentration minus final concentration after t seconds will give delta A. Delta A indicates what here? In this case, generally final minus initial. Final minus initial. But here, which is greater than which one? A naught is greater than 80. A naught is greater than 80 here. Initial concentration is greater than final concentration after t seconds. That point keep in mind. After t seconds. Now, this 80 will also be taken as what? A minus X leftover. The leftover concentration of reactant after t seconds is what? A, concentration of A, or we write A minus X. That means from initial concentration A, how much is consumed then? From initial concentration of A, how much is consumed in the reaction? X amount is consumed. X is what now? Disappeared amount. X is what here? The quantity of A disappeared is X. Let's say how much is left over after t seconds? A minus X is left over. A minus X is left over. Is the concept here? So here, from balanced equation, 1 mole of A is giving 1 mole of product. 1 mole of A is giving 1 mole of product, suppose. Now, if 1 mole disappears completely, we get 1 mole of product. If 1 mole disappears, 1 mole of product we get. But how much disappeared here? X quantity disappeared. X amount disappeared. So when 1 disappears, 1 mole will form. When X disappears, X will form here. How much quantity of product is produced here? X. The quantity of product produced. The quantity of product produced after t seconds time is what? X. Is the concept here? If it is 2 moles of product, 2x will be forming. If it is 3 moles of product from 1 mole of A, 1 mole of A gives rise to 3 moles of product, suppose, then 3x. 1 mole of A is giving n moles of product, then nx. Like this we take here. Already we have discussed this concept in chemical equilibrium. So when time is 0 seconds, initial concentration of reactant is taken A naught, and the same thing we can write like small a, initial concentration of reactant. And after t seconds time of reaction, now concentration of A left over is what? 80. The same thing we can mention like what? A minus X. A minus X. Now initially A is there, finally left over A minus X. That indicates that X quantity of A reactant is disappeared. Then it will appear in the form of X moles of products. So this is what now here 0 order reaction concept. First, try to understand the concept. Initially, finally. Initial concentration, final concentration, try to understand. Okay. So based on these different equations will be that we'll discuss later. Zero order reaction I'm introducing now. The concept clear? So this point keep in mind. Okay. Take the screenshot. Did you note down? Yeah, now next examples we are checking out here. Examples of zero order reaction. Examples of zero order reaction. So first one I'm taking H2 plus Cl2 in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight. H nu indicates what? Sunlight. We know Planck's equation. E is equal to H nu. E is equal to energy is equal to H nu. That is Planck's equation. So H nu indicates what? Sunlight. In the presence of radiation. The presence of radiation. Okay. So H2 molecules are reacting with what? Cl2 molecules. H2 plus Cl2 will give 2 HCl. Will give 2 HCl gas. So H2 gas plus Cl2 gas giving rise to 2 HCl in the presence of sunlight. Now in this reaction, the rate of reaction does not depend on H2 concentration and Cl2 concentration. That's why it is about zero order reaction. Zero order reaction. How to mention now? Rate of reaction. Rate of this reaction is equal to rate constant K. Rate constant K into what? Concentration of H2 to the power of 0 into concentration of Cl2 to the power of 0. That means what here? The rate of reaction. The rate of this reaction is directly proportional to the 0th power of concentration of H2 and 0th power of concentration of Cl. Means rate of reaction does not depend on H2 concentration as well as Cl2 concentration. Now what is the sum of the powers? 0 plus 0. Sum of the powers what here? 0 plus 0. That's why it is zero order reaction. So order of reaction is what now here? Order of reaction n equals to 0. Now in this case also, rate equals to what now? Rate equals to rate constant. Rate equals to rate constant. Okay. So the rate of zero order reaction, is constant. The rate of zero order reaction is constant. It does not change with the concentration of reactant. Whether reactant concentration is decreasing or increasing, whatever it is, the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of reactant. So zero order reaction. So it's about what now here? Zero order reaction. In the presence of sunlight only, remember, in the presence of sunlight only this one. If you don't write sunlight, answer will be wrong. It cannot be zero order reaction. In the presence of sunlight only, H2 and Cl2 concentrations do not determine the rate of reaction. Okay. So next, another example is that NH3 gas, ammonia gas. NH3 gas gives rise to, here we use molybdenum or sunlight. Molybdenum or sunlight. So NH3 gas gives rise to N2 gas plus 3H2 gas. Okay, so in the presence of molybdenum or helium. Now this reaction also is what now? Zero order reaction. How to mention rate law expression here? Rate equals to rate constant into concentration of NH3 to the power of 0. Concentration of NH3 to the power of 0. The power of concentration of reactant is what? 0 here. But how many molecules of NH3 you can see here? 2 molecules. What can be the molecularity of this reaction? 2. Molecularity is 2 here. So 2 molecules. 2 molecules here. So 2 moles of NH3. 2 moles of NH3 colliding with each other here. NH3 molecule, NH3 molecule, two molecules of NH3 colliding with each other. So molecularity of this reaction is 2. Bimolecular reaction is. Bimolecular reaction meaning what? The molecularity is 2 here. In this case also, one molecule of H2, one molecule of Cl2 colliding with each other. One molecule of H2 and one molecule of Cl2 colliding simultaneously with each other. When two molecules collide with each other, what is molecularity? 2. It is bimolecular reaction, but zero order reaction. Here molecularity is 2, order is 0. Here also molecularity is 2, but order is 0. So order is not equal to molecularity in this case. Is the concept there? So it's about what now? Zero order reaction. Did you note down? Okay. Now next thing what I'm taking, first order reaction. We are discussing what now? Types of reactions based on order of reaction. Types of reactions based on order of reaction. I'm taking first order. First order reaction. So order of reaction is represented by N. So first order reactions I'm taking. Suppose here. Example I'm taking. N number of moles of A giving rise to product. N number of moles of A giving rise to products. Now what is rate law expression here? Rate of this reaction is equal to rate constant K into concentration of reactant to the power of 1. So what is N value here? Order is what? 1 here. First order reaction. And what is the molecular weight of this reaction? N is what? Molecularity. But 1 is what? Order of reaction. Means from N moles of A, how many active moles of A determining rate of reaction? 1 mole of A determines the rate of reaction. There is a change in 1 mole of A to determine the rate of reaction. In among what? How many moles of A? Among N moles of A, only 1 mole, that is active mole, deciding what? Determining what? The rate of reaction. That's why it is what now? First order reaction. First order reaction. And this reaction follows what? First order kinetics. First order kinetics. Now, how we get this 1 here, power 1? How we get power of concentration of A? How to get? Only experimentally order of reaction can be obtained. Order of reaction can be obtained only experimentally. But molecularity of a reaction is theoretical concept. Is the concept here? So it is what now here? First order reaction. First order reaction. So here what we can say now? Rate of this reaction is directly proportional to the first power of concentration of A. The rate of reaction is directly proportional to first power of concentration of A. That's why rate is equal to rate constant K into A to the power of 1. It is rate constant for which order reaction now? First order reaction. Is the concept clear? Suppose I am taking here 1 mole of A plus 1 mole of B giving rise to products, suppose. Is that clear, ma'am? 1 mole of A plus 1 mole of B giving products. Now here molecularity of the reaction what? 2. 1 molecule of A colliding with 1 molecule of B. So how many molecules are colliding simultaneously here? From reactants, only 2 molecules. So what is the molecularity of the reaction? 2 here. But the order of reaction is what? 1. We are discussing the examples for order of reaction 1. So here in this case, now rate rate equals to, rate means small r. Okay, rate equals to rate constant into concentration of A to the power of 1 into concentration of B to the power of 0 we can take. In this example now here, what is the sum of the powers 1 plus 0? The power of concentration of A 1, the power of concentration of B is 0. So sum of the powers, SEM, sum of the powers 1 plus 0, how much? 1. So what is the order of reaction? 1. Is that clear now? Now here, this rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of concentration term of A. And the rate of reaction is directly proportional to 0th power of concentration term of B. Here B to the power of 0 means 1. B to the power of 0 is 1. 1 into A to the power of 1. Directly what we can write now here? The same thing how to write? Rate equals to rate constant K into A to the power of 1. That's all. B to the power of 0 we need not to write. Okay, the same reaction we can take in other way. Now rate is equal to rate constant into A to the power of 0, B to the power of 1 it may be. In some other reaction it may be what? Rate is equal to rate constant into A to the power of 0 into B to the power of 1. What is sum of the powers? 0 plus 1. Sum of the powers again what? 1 only. So again first order reaction. Now here the rate of this first order reaction is directly proportional to 0th power of concentration of A and directly proportional to first power of concentration of B. Now how to write the same thing? Rate equals to rate constant K into B to the power of 1. Because A to the power of 0 is 1. So you need not to mention here. So rate is equal to K into B concentration of B to the power of 1. That means rate is directly proportional to first power of B. That means here 1 mole of B, there will be a change in, by the change in 1 mole of B concentration, by the change in concentration of 1 mole of B, the rate of reaction is changing. The rate of reaction is determined by 1 mole, by 1 active mole of B. That's all. But the variation in the concentration of A does not decide the concentration of the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction is, in this case I'm telling, the rate of reaction is not depending on concentration of A. Means if you change the concentration of A here, no change in rate of reaction. But the change in concentration of B will change rate of reaction. In this case, the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of B, but the rate of reaction depends on the first power of concentration of A. So in both the ways we can mention here. Is that clear now? So the sum of the powers, we have to check it. And this expression is called what? Rate law expression. In the rate law expression, the sum of the powers is called what? Order of reaction. Is that clear now? No doubt. Yeah, now for this first order reaction, rate equals to rate constant into reactant to the power of 1. Reactant concentration to the power of 1. It is rate law expression. Rate law expression for this reaction, right? Now suppose I'm taking here reactant giving rise to products. Okay, so 1 mole of reactant is giving rise to products. Suppose 1 mole of reactant giving 1 mole of product. Is that clear? Now in this case again, when time is 0 seconds, what can be taken concentration of this one or not? If you take reactant A naught we take. If you take A naught. If you take R naught. So R naught is what now? Initial concentration of reactant. Initial concentration of reactant we can also take as what? A. Small a is what? Initial concentration of A. And initial any product will be there? No, 0. Next, when time is t seconds, after t seconds time, here it is 0 seconds. It is t seconds. Now here, what is the concentration of R? Concentration of R at t seconds is what? RT. So what we have to understand here, which is greater than which one? R naught is greater than RT. R naught is greater than what? RT. The concept there. So it is about what now here? The concept of understand. Now this one, how to mention timing? After t seconds time. After t seconds time, whatever the leftover concentration is taken as A minus X. A minus X. Initial concentration we have taken small a. Then leftover concentration of reactant is A minus X. Means from A, how much is disappeared? How much decomposed? X quantity. X quantity of reactant decomposed out of A taken. So from A, initial concentration of reactant, X quantity of reactant is consumed, disappeared. Is that clear? Now again from balanced equation, 1 mole of reactant is giving 1 mole of product completely. When 1 mole of reactant is completely disappeared, 1 mole of product we are getting. If X moles disappeared, here how much disappeared? X only. If X moles disappeared, how much will found here? X moles of product should be found. So initial moles A and final moles A minus X for the reactant. Okay, and initially product 0, finally X. Now we need only reactant concentrations. Remember, initial concentration of reactant, final concentration of product only. You take it first into mind. Is that clear? So it's about what now here? The concept of initial concentration of reactant, final concentration of reactant. That point keep in mind. Okay. Different types of equations based on the first order we are going to discuss later. That point we will discuss later. And one point I will introduce to you. Now suppose your time is initially 0 and t is time after t time. Okay. Now t half will be there. Half life. Half life period. That is what t 1 by T half indicates what? Half-life period. Half-life period means what? The time taken by initial concentration of reactant to be converted into initial by 2. Means the time taken by half of the reactant to be completed. The time taken by half of the reactant to be disappeared. Okay. So if half of the reactant is consumed, the time taken should be taken as what? Half-life. Half-life is what now? T half. Right now? So suppose initially how much we have taken? A na? Quantity, initial quantity is A. Then leftover quantity after T half is what? A by 2. So after half-life period, A becomes what now here? A by 2. A becomes what? A by 2. That means what? The initial concentration A becomes A by 2 after half-life period. The time taken by half of the reaction to be completed. The time taken for the 50% of reaction to be completed is called what? Half-life. This T half is also taken as what? T 50%. What we take now? T 50%. So T 50% or T half. T 50% or T half means half-life period. The initial concentration A becomes equal to A by 2. That means if you take initial concentration R naught, the R naught becomes equal to R naught by 2. R naught initial concentration by 2 it becomes after half-life period. After one half-life period, the initial concentration of reactant A becomes equal to A by 2. That concept keep in mind. Is the concept clear now? So it's about what now here? The concept of first order reaction. Okay? Take this thing. Now, example here. The first example is decomposition of H2O. Decomposition of H2O. H2O to one molecule decomposes to form H2O plus half O2. This half O2 we can also write O, nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen O we can write within bracket, otherwise half O2 we can write. It is first order reaction. First order reaction. So N is equal to what? Order. N equals to 1 here. Now what is the molecularity of this step? Molecularity also 1. Molecularity is 1, order is 1. Unimolecular reaction, first order reaction. Unimolecular reaction and first order reaction. It is an example of what? Unimolecular and first order reaction. Okay. Next, ammonium nitrite. Ammonium nitrite. This ammonium nitrite decomposes. What is the name here? Ammonium nitrite. Okay, here it is what? Hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide. So here this ammonium nitrite decomposes to give 2 gas plus 2H2O. Okay, so here 2H2O and N2 gas will be formed here. So nitrogen gas is liberated when we heat what? Ammonium nitrite. Okay, this is also what now here? Order. Order N is equal to 1. Molecularity also is equal to 1. Order is 1, N is 1, order, and molecularity also is 1. Unimolecular, first order. Unimolecular and first order reaction. So these two examples remember as what? First order reactions. Is the concept clear? So it is about what now here? The concept of first order. Now here, tell me what will be the rate law expressions for both. The first equation what we write? Rate equals to rate constant into concentration of H2O2 to the power of 1. The same thing what we get for second equation, rate equals to rate constant into concentration of NH4 NO2 to the power of 1. Both are what? First order reactions. Both are first order reactions. Meaning what here? The rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of concentration of H2O. And here also the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the first power of concentration of ammonium nitrite. So these two are examples of what? First order reactions. First order reactions. Take the screenshot.